now switched over here. We hope you enjoyed that.
That's fine.
And Katherine Robertson, who comes from Canada. So I think Daly, our referee, is just kind of getting everything sorted up. Who are you thinking in this match?
It would be Bex. I don't know the other player very well, but I think you've got to go for the favourite.
I think so.
Which is Bex.
Stranger things have happened.
Yes.
We all know that. But,
Best of three. Anything can happen.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll see some good breaks.
Definitely. Sounds good. Yeah. How did you fare in your first match?
Yeah, not too bad. First frame, won quite comfortably.
Okay.
Second frame, a little bit more scrappy, but overall I got the win. So.
Okay, great.
Let's hope it continues.
True. Well, it's just so ingrained in your society over in England, like us or in North America. There's a bunch of different sports that we fall to, but it's slowly coming back on the rise here. So what do you find the most toughest part of this game of snooker, Emma?
I think keeping your concentration is tough. It's not just about potting and break building, it's very tactical. I think that's what the pool players are actually finding out.
True,
today,
yeah.
That it is quite different. Just keeping your composure and every shot, really.
Yeah, what was I saying in the previous match? It's nice that a bunch of you from England have come over, and our friends from America and Canada, they can see all the little intricacies. There's the etiquette in the game. If you're down by 80 points, it's like, all right, I don't think you're going to make 20 snookers to win the match.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
But it's good to see people from America entering and giving it a go.
Yeah, I think Mike's done a great job here of just kind of kicking the door open, and possibly maybe, we can get a women's tournament in Canada. That would be nice.
Yeah, I've never been, so.
Well, it's just up the road. It's pretty close. You could extend that vacation.
Yes. A lot of the American players were telling me that they don't have many snooker tables close to their home, so.
Correct.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, there's a gentleman in Canada, in British Columbia. I don't know if you know Brady Goland. Does that name ring a bell?
It doesn't.
Fair enough.
I'm still young.
Well, he used to be on the Pro Tour. He was a good player, a great player over here, but obviously over there it's a much bigger pond. But now he has to drive probably about an hour to get to a table. Just where he lives.
Yeah.
He's out more in the rural part of British Columbia. I think more and more as we're seeing people like Mike and myself really enjoying the game, and we're just finding the tables, and we'll take the time to make good conditions. And I think people are aware of this game, and they'll come into it. And
I think the conditions are really good here. All tables seem really nice. And it's the best table you could ask to play on, really. So.
True. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was quite surprising when I was in Sheffield for the World Championships. A friend of mine, we went to, I think, Spot On Snooker Club in Sheffield.
Yeah.
The table seemed rubbish.
Yeah, so we get a lot of club tables and then a few nice stars.
Mm-hmm.
But going from one to the other is very tough. And
True.
if people don't play, they don't understand. But there's a big difference.
Definitely.
And if you don't practice on these star tables as well, it catches you out.
Mm-hmm. This is like a skating rink, where
It
some could
is,
be
yeah.
like a shag wool carpet or
Yeah,
something.
slightly tighter pockets as well. It's a tough sport.
Where do you play out of?
I used to have a table at home.
Okay.
But recently moved. So now I play out of the club on
Okay.
club tables. So these are very different. So you have to adjust. But these tables definitely suit my cue action more. I like the fast cloth. I think.
Excellent. And are you right in London or?
Suffolk.
Okay.
Not
Sounds
sure
good.
you would know, but used to be near London.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great shot with the
Great
rest.
shot. You've got to keep so still
Sure.
on those sort of shots. So
Yeah, Bex always just seems so focused.
I think Bex is very technical. I think she does a bit of coaching. So she's very on point with things like that. Other players are a bit more natural, but I think she really composes herself.
True, and I think a lot of the not too well versed snooker players are seen from you guys from coming from Britain. That sure, okay, you've got a 16, you've got things going. Oh,
Yeah.
you just slightly out of position, but you don't force that low percentage shot. You're like, nope, I'm just going to go run and hide with my cue ball
Yeah.
and make my
You've got to
opponent
have
worry.
like an all-round game. If it's too risky, then play good safety and put your opponent in trouble. I think that's what we saw with Mary in the previous match. I think she's very good at that.
Oh, she was just
She
granite.
waits for you to make the mistake, And
And you've been playing for how long? You said 5 years, did you say?
I started when I was 14, had a bit of a break for my GCSEs. Been on the tour about 5-6 years now. So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
Are there a lot of young women getting into the game over in Britain?
Yeah, there's definitely more coming through. And it's nice to see, the more stream and things we can do. A lot of girls still don't know that they can play or there's a tour. So
Okay.
it's quite interesting.
Sure, when you can see the game, that's so important. That's kind of like how I got into it
Yeah.
many years ago back in Canada. That this guy called Stephen Hendry,
Yeah.
you might know his name.
Yeah.
But there was, I guess, this quote unquote pub night thing that they had on the sports network where they showed darts and
Right.
snooker is what I gravitated to with. But then it all of a sudden just kind of disappeared.
Okay.
But now with the advantage of internet,
Yeah.
you can just
Massive,
pretty much
yeah.
anything. So,
Obviously, we've got 4 women on tour now.
and a fifth coming soon.
I hope so. One day. But even young girls have seen that on TV and didn't even know that they could play. So for us, that's great for women to
Fantastic.
be, exposed.
So what are you thinking here? If you're at the table, see how it's set up here. What do you?
She might play a shot for nothing for this red here. Take the white ball back up to the bulk area. Which is a bit of a safety, a bit of if it goes in, you might be on a colour. If not, your opponent's going to still be in trouble. Which she's done.
Go for that white ball. Okay, she's okay.
She'll probably play safe now. That's a bit of a tough pot on the yellow. Yeah, that's a good shot.
Definitely.
It was a good shot to play because the reds are quite open.
Mm-hmm.
So now if your opponent misses, you're more likely to be on a red.
True, if you're left in and kind of the pink and
Yeah,
black are
they're open,
so
yeah. It was the right shot.
Looks like your fellow country person is a little happy there, Jamie.
Yep. Oh, missed them all. This will probably go back.
Yeah, it's just that shot going from one half of the table to the other one just adds that bit of distance. Where's the next stop on the women's tour after you're in America?
There is an event in Australia next month. I'm not going to that. So the next one for me will be Scotland.
Okay.
October time. So never been there either. So
Never been to Scotland?
no. So looking forward to that.
They're in 2018 and just lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the good thing about the tour. You do get to see different places. And, I've never been to America, so this one stood out for me.
True. Well, we'll work on the Canadian one too.
That's it, yeah.
So, Emma, there's a lot of talk going on the main tour. There's this great event now of mixed doubles.
Yeah.
So a man and a woman will be paired together.
Yeah, really looking forward to watching that. Obviously, Rianne and Ronnie, I think, has got to be a strong favourite. Two of the best in the world,
That's
so
true.
that will be interesting.
Is there almost 20 world championships between the two of them?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Rianne holding most of them, so...
It's nice that it's a. I was talking with someone about it, and it seems more individual sports that can have both the sexes kind of playing at the same level.
Yeah.
You see golf, like you and I. I might hit the ball a lot further off the tee.
Yeah.
But a woman's touch around the green is so much better than a man's.
Yeah.
So
It's, whoever's on the table, if you break build, I can't see the difference. It's not a physical sport. It's not rugby or football. No one can get injured. It's
true. And you don't in snooker. You don't really see a lot of power shots.
no. Obviously, you get your Judd Trump and you get your exceptions,
Sure,
but you don't always need that.
Mm-hmm. We're hearing Ronnie, and that really held truth with me. I heard Ronnie's like, use the cushion. Cushions are there for a reason. Use them.
Yeah.
You don't have to put that nice draw
Use
shot.
a little bit of side. You You don't need to be
drawing it back.
To power, no. It's very technical. If you cue the ball well and time it well, then that's all you really need to do.
Make it sound so easy.
I wish it was. It's gone a little bit scrappy. Coloured balls, which makes it hard.
Mm-hmm.
When they're on their spots, it's a bit like practice. But once they're off, you have to work the cue ball a little bit more.
Would you ever try that as a practice ring? Do any players do that? Just like throw color balls just not on their exact spots, a little off? So
yeah, I suppose they do. And when you play people, it does go like that, But you try and break build and keep the colours where they are, but it doesn't always happen.
you got a match against our youngest, two young birds, you and Marissa Dew at 13
nice
years
to
old.
See. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a pool player. Is that right?
I think so. I think that's where a lot. I think the more the American players, obviously. I haven't talked to Katherine actually, our one Canadian player, to see where she first started, because Canada does have a rich history of snooker. It's kind of gone by the wayside in the past, that's so good, the past years. But way back in 1982 at the Australian Open, there were 3 Canadians in the final 4 of a tournament. So.
I think if she can, perhaps try and put the blue back on the spot. There's a few reds around the blue area.
Very nicely called. You've got the hang of it. You told me you've never done this before. You're like a pro.
I don't think she's missed with the rest yet, so I don't want to curse her. She's doing very well.
True. You can call shots. You don't have the commentator's curse.
No, not yet. Slightly under hit that though. It's a big shot. Good pot, but didn't want the cannon really. Making it a little bit hard, but
That red by the blue, but as you said, that's got to travel a lot of distance for that ball to find at the bottom of the pocket.
She's cued it well.
Yeah, she actually had to play in the Northern Ireland qualifier, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think she just got into town maybe yesterday or earlier today or some kind of time.
Yeah, she come a day later than all of us, yeah.
thing I've noticed with the classical snooker players, a lot of them have that cue going right by the cleft of the chin, and you notice some that have the pool background are just elevated that little bit.
It's so important not to move on a shot. Slight movement can cause you to miss. But like I said, Bex is quite technical and
She's definitely having to work for this break, that's for sure.
it's been very difficult.
It's not those nice little small compact shots.
That's the trouble when the colours go a little bit scrappy. You really have to work that cue ball.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got a nice lead, so... Yeah, it was a very good shot. This should be frame, I think, now.
52 in it, and there's 51 on the table. So, Katherine does need one snooker, but just how, as you said, the high-value colored balls are just in awkward position, so... Yeah. And how did you get into the game?
I actually started with pool.
Okay.
When I was very little.
Okay.
My dad never really wanted to take me snooker just because it was a lot of men.
Okay.
A bit rowdy and things like that. But I didn't give up, and he took me. And then got a coach, Gary Filtness, who's on the seniors tour, and it just went from there, really.
Great.
This could be quite a nice break.
True, I think there is $100 US, so that's maybe what, 3,000 English pounds?
If only.
For the high break.
It wasn't me.
No, it's good thing it came after the shot.
Yes.
Because I think there would be a good applause there if she had the half century. So I think Katherine's just checking in with the referee, and that should be a concession in our rules where it's... no
more than 3 snookers, I think.
Correct. So fantastic. So Bex Kenna takes that first frame of this best of 3, and we're just going to step aside for a short commercial break. It's David Burney and my special guest, Emma Parker. We'll be right back. And we're back with frame 2. We're live here in Seattle, Washington for the first ever Women's World Snooker US Open. I think it's the first ranking tournament in the game of snooker ever on US soil.
Yeah. Impressive.
Definitely. I think we're all going to the moon. So I think you would be coming back to bulk right on this shot. Kind of, which red do you like that you would like want to come off?
Trouble is, Katherine hasn't had much table time. I would be looking at the long red, perhaps holding for the black.
Okay.
But if you haven't been on the table, our confidence might be low. So sometimes you would play the safety. But she's underhit that a little bit. And the black looks in a nice position with those reds for Bex.
Yeah, this could be quite profitable.
Yeah, one good pot here, you could be in trouble. Overhit that slightly.
Does she have the angle to go onto the black after that?
Yeah, I can't see from here. I'm not sure if that bottom red is blocking the black
True,
into
yeah.
that pocket. Maybe that's why she played that shot. I think it is, yes.
Well, knowing Beck. So with Snooker being a very, very tough game,
Yeah.
would you agree?
Yes, I would.
Okay. What would you say to any young women that would get into the game? Because obviously there's frustration that would come in.
Yeah, you've definitely got to enjoy it. As
Yeah.
hard as it is, you've got to be able to prepare to lose. There's always got to be a winner, there's always got to be a loser. I think you've got to be very patient. It can take years, to get to a good level, all depending how much practice you want to put in. But definitely the results, and when you do start making those breaks, it does all make it worth it, all that hard work. And
Do you think, like, at the beginning, just those little victories, you get that one snooker that
Yeah.
you're like, that's exactly what I
Exactly.
wanted to do? Or
it's like little steps, you have your first few blacks,
True,
first
yeah.
30, 40, 50, and that just went in.
you rhyme off those breaks so easy, like it sounds like you're asking for a cup of tea.
I wish.
Have you had a maximum?
I haven't, no.
No?
I've had a century.
You can leave now. That's not fair.
Not that long ago, actually, but
Great, it's good for you.
it was nice to step that barrier because you get close and there's a lot of pressure on it. But once you've had your first, I think you believe you can do it again.
And that's what I've heard, because it's always interesting when you're beginning at the game and having these breaks, you're
Yeah.
kind of going into the unknown.
Yeah,
And the adrenaline starts pumping and you're like,
yeah.
I'm close to glory. And then,
Well, I've missed on 99 and 98 for my first century, both for pink. And you sort of think, is it ever going to happen for me? But luckily it did. Nice shot.
don't know if she's on the right side of the blue, but that red just out of the open by the pack is looking appetizing.
Obviously, being right-handed, she could also come back for this one, which I think she's playing. Slightly under hit, but she's quite confident with the rest today, so
As we've seen, yes.
I don't know if she might try and open a few reds here. I think there's only 2 that go, so...
Sure, it's a good angle to go into the
is,
bunch,
yeah.
that's for sure.
No. Not this time.
Up there, so
It's hard when you haven't had much table time.
yes.
You know, your confidence, but sometimes when you're behind, you just have to go for it and believe in yourself.
Yeah, it seems so often enough when you're on a run, on a break, you seem like you're a symphony conductor.
Yeah.
Just all the instruments are playing along,
Yeah.
humming, and it.
I think Catherine's just letting Bex get away with a little bit, safety-wise. Well,
You don't even need the stat card for rest percentage. I'm pretty
you
sure
should
it's
keep the
100%.
rest out, Bex.
You ever do that practice exercise where you just play every shot with the rest?
I haven't, no.
Or is that a weird Canadian thing?
No, people do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too bad either, but I don't want to say it because if I am streamed and I miss with you. I think the more match play you practice and things, you use the rest most frames, you know, unless you're left and right-handed, which I'm not.
Sure.
Would love to be, but just doesn't happen.
It's giving Katherine a bit of an opener.
Yeah.
As you say, sometimes when you're just not hitting the ball, you're a little ice cold, and it's kind of like starting the car up in the winter.
Exactly. It takes a little while to get back into it. She could be nice in the blue.
Ooh.
I think when you're playing top ranked players as well, there's a little bit more pressure on, missing.
True, yeah, because you just
It doesn't
know.
help. So when your confidence is low and, it's tough.
Yeah, the more seasoned, more higher ranked player, obviously, here's a rest shot.
Yeah.
Probably know what's going to happen.
Oh,
Oh.
first one.
I jinxed it.
Glad it wasn't me.
But, Bex has been putting those in all day long.
Exactly.
And she puts that in and gives herself on black, but then the more skilled player, can start developing the reds.
Yeah.
Whereas the lower amateur, that's still a struggle.
Yeah.
Okay, I got my red, my black, but
Let's play
now what?
safe. Yeah. I think it's good to be attacking, but just at the right time. If there is a few loose reds that you can get a few points from and then go into them, it's probably the best option. But a lot of players do go into the pack early, try and get them all open for a big break. So it just depends how you play, really.
True. Speaking of Stephen Hendry, that was his kind of philosophy.
Yeah.
Open them up as soon as possible.
That's it. If you're confident you can break build, then why not?
I was always thought about the amateur game here in America and up in Canada. why don't some people, they have those little clip shots and stuff like that, but they're all like lower amateurs and stuff like that. Why not go in and break up the reds and you put the pressure on your opponent to make that big break?
It shows you're confident as well, if you're willing to do that.
It's unfortunate for Katherine.
Yeah.
Stuff on the table's not helping you out. It's bad enough to get a tough opponent.
You do find the better you play, the more luck goes with you. Mm-hmm. If you're not playing very well, your confidence is low. A lot of things go wrong, and it's crazy. Because that's not what you need.
Sure. I find if you take care of the table, if you're at your club and you brush the table, it will reward you back. Yeah. It's like, oh, thanks for that little massage.
Exactly. This red goes in, I think Bex has got to try and get those reds open next shot. I think there's a bit of pressure on this red because whoever pots it needs an angle to get into the reds. Continue the break.
And that might have just helped her a little bit there. Slowed down possibly a bit.
Yeah, got a good cue ball.
It's just so tough sometimes when you're down by a lot and you just want to
just get into it. Yeah.
And get a red in there so you can get on a color and feel like, all right.
But Bex, with obviously the knowledge she has, will keep it tight. She's got the lead. So you'll probably see just a good safety here. Mm-hmm. And her opponent will be in trouble.
Actually, we were having breakfast at the same spot this morning. I was just wanted to go over there and go, hey, good luck in the tournament. And she's like, what? Someone knows who I am here?
Get her autograph. She's played a good shot.
Do you have another match today, Emma?
I do. Yeah, meant to be at 5.
5 o'clock? Okay.
Yeah. I've just had the 2 matches today, 2 tomorrow.
Okay. And there's Daly, our roving referee. It's fantastic, the work that he's done.
So really this shot you're looking to perhaps sit in the pack and not leave anything on. You don't want to be hitting it too hard and opening the reds for Bex. Especially when the colours are perfect, this frame.
True. Yeah, that's one of the great practice routines of just having all the colours on their spots and then just running the colours.
Exactly. And this when the game gets a bit tactical. I think when I first started playing, I'd go for quite a few mad shots. The thrill of it, you know, a lot of long, and I realised that, you know, they do cost you frames, and it's taught me to play, you know, try and play the right shot at the right time, and I think that's really helped me.
Yeah, I think that's like how everyone gets into it. It's like, oh, you know, making a nice long pot or even a short pot with a little bit of draw, but you're potting the ball.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, I think if you're really into the game, the devil will come in and tell you, hey.
Yeah, if you're not playing the right shot, you know, it does catch you out.
We've got some of the tools, but not all the tools here.
No.
You know, it'd be nice if they could have a monitor there, but great thing about this game is as much as, even if it didn't have Dave as a referee, you know, both players would come to an agreement.
Exactly, yeah. You both got to be happy. I know Katherine just hit the black ball then, which is probably the worst ball you would want to hit in this scenario.
Yeah, it can be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Exactly.
So anything you really want to see here in Seattle?
Obviously the baseball game.
That was big, on your list?
Yeah, I heard that the Weekend actually toured last night, so I was gutted to miss out on that. But I think the Space Needle,
Yep, that's a good landmark of Seattle for sure.
And the Market, I've heard. Wow, let's hope that doesn't go back.
I think I just saw Dave run away quite quickly.
Yeah, that's it. You know, Bex is in a very good position here. Red's open, black on its spot. This could be a frame winner. You know, she's got a very big lead as well. There shouldn't be much pressure on this break. So
No, that's...
she should be feeling quite relaxed and...
Sure, it's not like she's down 61-1 and it's like...
completely different. There's no better feeling than in the balls and relaxed and know you've got the frame and just see what you can do.
Did you make it up to Sheffield to see the World Championships?
I didn't. No, not this year.
No? Have you gone in the
I
past?
have, yes. I've been to Ladies' Day as well up there, which is
Great.
good to support the women. But no, not this year. But you can't beat the Crucible.
No.
It's such a lovely venue. And the atmosphere is... You can't beat it. You really can't.
Definitely. Like, it was the first year. I was over there for my first time this year.
Yep.
And yeah, if you're a snooker fan,
Yep.
it's the place to be.
It's actually, it's quite small, but that's what makes it great because everyone's close and... Yeah, it's great.
True. It's interesting because they did have, like, they released when I was over there some plans that they're thinking about keeping the Crucible Theatre, but then building another one that's more
right.
like state of the art, maybe have maybe 3,500 capacity for people.
Wow.
So,
I'm not sure it'd be the same, but, you know. Oh, that's a shame. I think that will be the match.
59, 60. I think, yeah, we might be in that 3 snooker stage.
I think all the reds have to be gone for that to
Oh, the
apply.
3, yes.
Yeah. So maybe Catherine just wants to.
I'm not sure. I'd have to check with Diana or Mike about. There might have been a thing with 2 or reds on the table.
Oh, really?
And 2
Okay.
snookers.
Oh, that's a good. Maybe she just wants to show us what she can do.
Just
Get a
at
bit of
least
table
Get on the
time.
table. Yeah, exactly.
It's a shame she didn't really get much table time in this match.
True. I think Bex is definitely showing her.
Yeah, she dominated. Which can be quite daunting when players do that, you know, when you're high ranks and...
It's true. It goes
You know.
back. There was a boxer back in the 80s and by the name of Mike Tyson, and he just wouldn't imagine to lose, and he would walk in and know that he already beat his opponent before he even threw a punch.
Yeah. And you can't help but fear that sometimes. Or when you know you can't make mistakes, they creep in. It's
I think a lot of the players are feeling the same way. Like, oh, I got to play Emma Parker. Oh no, Emma Parker.
I hope so. I think Bex has been practicing with that rest.
I think so. I wonder.
I'm glad I've noticed.
True, this is a good little fact-finding mission for you. See, She probably got a room with 2 beds and just put a piece of plywood on the other bed and practice with the rest.
Long game has been good in this match too. Be nice if she could perhaps clear the table now to end.
Yeah, this would be a nice little send-off.
Yeah.
For the viewers, obviously. Well, the pressure's on, and I think you're going to be on the stream next. So, all this talking, let's see if she lives up to it.
Yeah. It's a good shot.
Yeah, you always think that if you're going off the black to get back on the yellow, you need a powerful shot. But
no. Just cue it well. This will be a nice break to finish with. Slightly underhit that. Maybe a bit of exhibition shots coming up.
Maybe. Oh, tough break. Well, there's handshakes there.
Yeah,
And
all done.
that books another win in her group. Well, Emma, it's been fantastic
Thank you for having me.
being in the booth. Wish you all the best of luck in the
Thank you.
tournament. Glad that you've come over here. I hope you enjoy your stay in Seattle.
Thank you.
And hopefully come up to Canada as well.
Yeah, I'd love to.
And good luck and
Thank you.
all the best. Take
Thanks.
care. And we'll just step aside for a short little break. We'll get the stream reset up and we'll be back in a few moments. And